And welcome to episode 87 of the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast. We are broadcasting live from the CBDforyou.net studio. That's CBDFORYOU.net. Right now, they're having a 50% blowout sale. If you don't find anything in the 50% sale that you like, you still got a chance to get 35% off on your first order with the promo code WELCOME30. CBDFORYOU.net.
This is the Average Marks episode number 87. On today's episode, we're going to try another Bang energy drink. What flavor we got today?
Self High Five.
Self High Five. That's the name.
No.
Oh.
But it made me think of DDP when you said Bang.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Elijah actually picked this one out. Star Blast.
Star Blast. I see a little red, white, and blue on there, so I guess it's like a patriotic flavor.
Or it could be a flavor. You're most likely right. I was going to say it was most likely inspired by Cody Rhodes and his failed gimmick in WWE, but
it could have been.
You probably got it right.
So we're going to do that, and we also are going to talk about big news as far as, I guess you can call it the Wednesday Night Wars now. NXT will move to USA September 18th, which will be about 2 weeks before AEW goes to TNT. So, and they'll be on at the exact same time.
Yes.
So, what I would like to do, if you can, real quick, I should have said this earlier, we should put up a poll to see what will folks be watching live. What will they watch live? Because you can only watch one live. I mean, now granted, you could always go back and forth. What I'm going to do is I'll try to go back and forth. I might watch a little more AEW than NXT because I've watched the NXT show on, the WWE Network. Granted, it's only been an hour and it's usually taped beforehand. But the NXT shows, they're good, but they're nothing like the takeovers. I mean, I don't think anything's really like the NXT takeovers. So the NXT shows will now be live on the USA Network, 8 to 10. And then, of course, AEW will be live on Wednesday nights, 8 to 10 on TNT, so the exact same time. So it means you can only watch one live. So I'm curious to see what the Amp Nation is going to do. What I was thinking was we could put, 4 choices. We could put, you're going to only watch AEW, you're going to only watch NXT, you're going to try to watch both but mainly focus on AEW, or watch both but mainly focus on NXT, because you can always, flip back and forth, but at the same time, while you flip back and forth, you can always, you'll focus more on the other, or one more than the other. So you might focus more on NXT, or you might focus more on AEW. So I guess we'll find out. So whenever you get a chance, just throw that up there, and we can. If we don't get to the results today, we can get to them next week. So
fixing to work on it right.
Get everybody a week to decide what they want to do. Of course, we're not going to see NXT on USA Network for at least another few weeks.
It only gives 2 options.
Oh, only 2 options? Well, just choose AEW.
Dadgummit, Zucky. Just another thing. Not only is he still throttling our post, Patrick, even though we're spending money with this cat, he only gives us 2 options right here. Twitter, you can do more options.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's so much better, but I don't get Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw you got us some new followers, though.
Yeah, I'm going to work on that. I'm still working on that. We got over 200 now, so it's, we're getting up there.
Speaking of that, follow us on social media. We're everywhere where you are. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope. We're all there at the Average March. At the Average Marks. Just search us. You'll find us. We're also on Patreon. Patreon.com/the Average Marks. If you like our content, we sure would love for you to help support that content. You can start at $1. You won't even know that's missing. Enough people do that. We can get a pretty cool background, start making this show really, really pop, as they say. But anyways, Patrick, let's get into the show, though.
Absolutely. Devon, I think that's how you say it. Devon Griffin's in the chat. AEW, time to shine. WWE will never be the same again. Interesting.
Oh, snap.
Interesting thoughts there as I put this this graphic here. I'm going to state that right there. And let me get the Average Marks logo out of there. There we go. So, obviously, the big news is that, and I didn't even finish going down the rundown. We're also going to talk about AEW All Out. We're going to talk about Ronda Rousey's finger, which almost got sliced off. Yeah, that was a weird picture. I think you sent me the picture, right? I'm going to put it up here.
Yeah.
So beware, the picture's going to go up on the stream. So if you got, weak stomach, you might want to turn away. Also, Rumor Mill, we got some SmackDown rumors. We have some 205 Live rumors. And some rumors about a WWE employee that got fired too.
Maybe 2 of them.
Oh, 2 of them. Okay, I think I know where you're going with this because I think I heard something about that. So we'll talk about all of that coming up here on the Average Marks. But of course, we're going to start with the big news: is that NXT is now going to go to Wednesday nights on the USA Network. Basically, going to go head up with AEW's television show that'll start on October the 2nd. We do have the Bang taste test too that we have to do. So let's go ahead and do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah, we always do that first anyway.
Okay,
so.
okay. Let's
We'll
do that.
let the fans just wait. Marcus Talbert's up, boys. Marcus Talbert's in the chat.
Yo,
as
what's up,
always.
man?
Yeah, Elijah,
Get
go
over
ahead.
here. No, you got to do it in the mic.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah,
we're not on video. This is a podcast,
yeah,
man.
give it to your dad. There you go.
Dude, that was a chip off the old block.
That was a good one there.
that
That was
was
a
a
good
good
one.
crack.
That was a good one. I see a little bit flew on that microphone over there. So
What?
that's a little
Oh,
drop.
come
a little
on.
drop. No
Elijah.
harm done.
It's not my fault. You're the one who told me to.
All right, so this is Star Blast.
Mm-hmm.
We almost had cotton candy.
I don't know how I felt about that, but
Come on, you don't like cotton? You
I
don't
mean, I like
cotton
cotton. I like cotton candy, but I also like sweet tea, and I wasn't crazy about the sweet tea flavored one either. So
Patrick's drinking it first.
This smells like every other single one. Like they all smell
they
the
all
same.
they all smell very similar. Yeah, I think there's a similar ingredient that they put in this. I guess that must be the ingredient that gives you the energy. That smells the same.
Potent brain and body fuel.
So here we go. This is Star Blast. So let me see what it tastes like.
Dad, Patrick.
I don't know.
That's very generic.
It's it almost tastes like kind of like a Sprite, like a diet Sprite.
I've been saying this. I
And
told you they take Sprite in a different flavor and put it together.
It almost tastes like diet Sprite to me. It's okay.
With like and say if they put Skittles in it.
It's
a
okay.
few minutes before.
But see,
this,
I'm not a fan of Skittles, so
This tastes like a watered down rainbow unicorn.
I forgot what the rainbow unicorn even tasted like. So
Well, if you put water in a rainbow unicorn, you got Star Blast.
this isn't too bad. Marcus says you got to try the new Bang. It's the birthday bash. It was better than I thought it would be.
You know what? I tried to get the kids to do that when I said, "Oh, look at that one, the birthday cake bash," and they said no.
So they
But you know what?
They nixed that one real quick.
But we'll get to it eventually. We're trying every flavor.
Yeah, we're gonna try every flavor. So maybe next week we'll get to that birthday bash, Marcus. So thanks for the suggestion as far as another flavor we can
Elijah,
try.
what'd you think?
Maybe, it tastes like they either A, they put Sprite, my idea, they took Sprite in another flavor. I think they put a sucker in it.
Yeah, sucker's a good thing too. You put a sucker in there in a few minutes. Yeah, I can see that.
Melted it and then put it in.
Oh,
Melted, cooled, and then put
you going prison style on us in here, like starting to melt candy.
Now have you drank an entire Bang before?
Oh, most definitely.
So does it legitimately give you like energy? Do
Do
you find that it helps you? Because I know people are different. Like me, everybody drinks coffee to kind of
Yeah.
wake them up. I don't drink coffee to wake myself up. Although I don't know, this week has been kind of that week where if you know what, I think I need to drink some coffee to just liven myself up a little bit. But
Yeah.
normally, on a regular old day, I would drink it just for the taste of it. Whereas this, I've never drank a whole Bang before. I've only drank in these cups that we've poured for the podcast. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I can't noticeably feel a difference, but at the same time, I can.
Mhm.
Like, it's not like, oh man, there's so much caffeine in here. I got a caffeine buzz. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm hopped up.
yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm a little bit more alert now,
Okay. Well,
type thing.
I
Chloe,
guess one
what'd you
day.
think? Chloe said she liked it.
Yeah, she's
likes
chugging that. So basically we got the big can. We poured some cups for all of us. You took a sip out of the can, and Chloe's pretty much just chugging the rest of
Yeah.
it over there. So I think she likes it. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I would give it. I guess I would give it a 6 out of 10.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. It's okay, but it's not It's not the best one I've had. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
We also brought another thing for you to taste test here. I've been telling you so many times about Gillis Grocery and how amazing they are. Here's some of their cracklins. And if you don't live in Louisiana or you don't know what a cracklin
I'm
is,
just this one
you
looks-
don't get that one. That one looks funky.
Well, I
Get
don't,
the other one.
I don't know if I want. This is a huge one.
No, you got to do that. So if you don't know what a cracklin is fried pork skin. No, don't take that off.
Why not? I don't like that hard part. I just want this. That's all I
Okay.
want.
You don't.
Darn it,
You
Patrick.
just like the fat part.
I grabbed the meat part.
Yeah, how is that?
It was good.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. Gillis Grocery, shout out.
So yeah, tell them what is a crackling?
Oh yeah, crackling is pretty much fried pork skin, and then they have
They got bacon in it.
some like fat
And bacon.
that they put on
Yeah,
it.
it's basically it's like the skin of a pig, and like the fat and the meat on the inside of it. And they cut it up kind of like into squares in a sense, and it's really good when it's cooked right now. They do some at Guillory's Famous Foods here in Lake Charles. And they do what they call the soft and spicy. They put sauce on them and stuff, and they're real chewy.
Wait,
I
where's
like
that again?
It's at Guillory's Famous Foods on Highway 14.
Oh, okay.
It's in between I-10 and
Yes.
210 here in Lake Charles. So
Nice.
All right, let's dive in now to
Let's talk some wrestling.
Let's get into some wrestling now before all the people who tuned in to listen to wrestling talk just run away. Devon Griffin, I think AEW will be the next big thing. I think someday it will be the #1 show.
Oh, snap.
So Devon Griffin has high hopes for AEW. You know, I think it's too early to really tell. I can't predict what it's going to be like. Maybe, we can maybe give our predictions as far as, when NXT and AEW go head-to-head for the first time on October the 2nd. What will the numbers look like? Because, we're going to get those ratings, and when we record the shows on Thursdays and release them on Fridays, we're going to be talking about those ratings, at least for the first hand. We might be talking about them every week. We're going to be talking about, obviously NXT and AEW going head-to-head, so because they will be going head-to-head on Wednesday night starting October the 2nd. Of course, NXT will get a couple of weeks head start on that. They'll be starting on September the 18th. Marcus Talbert says, I like it more than Red Bull. It's giving me energy. So, Marcus Talbert, a fan of the Bang energy drink.
And it tastes and it tastes better too.
You know what? I'm starting to, I don't know. I think the more of these flavors I drink, the more I like them, I guess. Because at first I was like, I don't know. But now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe just because I'm thirsty. I like it right now. I'm just really thirsty. It's been a long day. So, but Devon Griffin says, I will not be watching NXT. I be watching AEW every week. So we already know where Devon Griffin's loyalty lies. It'll be in the AEW.
You gotta flip because that is exciting to watch wrestling on a commercial break in AEW. Come on, you got to be kidding me.
I used to do that back in the day when
Yeah.
When I first started watching, Monday Night Raw, and I was introduced to Monday Night Raw back in the mid '90s, and I started watching Monday Night Raw, and I remember, because it used to come on at 8:00 Central Time, and I would flip through the channels, and before it, because as a kid, you get off of school at 3:00. So you got 5 hours to kill before Monday Night Raw came on. And back in 1999 and 2000, I mean, it was absolutely amazing to watch. You were just, when 8:00 hit, I was just doing cartwheels all over the house because Monday Night Raw was coming on. So, and I remember flipping through the channels one night before 8:00 and, saw Nitro. And I was like, oh, what's this? This is more wrestling. And I remember I'd watch a little bit of Nitro here and there before Raw would come on, but certainly once Raw came on, I was all in on, no pun intended, I was all in on Monday Night Raw. So, during Raw commercials, I'd flip back and forth, watch a little Nitro too, but I was always focused more on Monday Night Raw. And then, of course, in 2001, Monday Nitro came to an end when WWE bought WCW. So I only did that for like maybe a year. And then obviously after that, I watched nothing but Monday Night Raw. I still watch Monday Night Raw. Obviously, it's not as good as it used to be. The viewership is not what it used to be either. But, hey, it is what it is. But certainly AEW, I don't think they want it to go up against Monday Night Raw. And I don't think they want it to go up against SmackDown Live. Although I think they would have fared, pretty well. I don't know if they would have necessarily, not right off the bat, they would have got the numbers that a Raw or SmackDown, well, maybe a SmackDown, because SmackDown draws less numbers than Monday Night Raw, but I don't think at first AEW would have drawn as many numbers, but I think in the long run, AEW, has a legitimate chance to overtop a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown Live in the ratings, but, we can't really compare it because it's not going to be going up a head-to-head against one another, but, NXT is going to be on Wednesday nights. Now, it already was on Wednesday nights, but it was on the network. So now it's going to be on, USA. It's going to go head-to-head with NXT. An interesting move. Now, if I'm WWE, if I want any one of my brands going up against AEW, it's NXT.
Yeah, hands down, I got to say it. For me, the best brand of wrestling right now is NXT.
Yeah, at least the best brand of wrestling top to bottom, in my opinion, right now, is NXT. Because if you've watched any takeover over the past 5 years, I mean, name a bad takeover. Go ahead, I'll wait.
You can't do it.
I'll wait. Don't worry. There has not been a bad take. I don't think there's been a bad takeover yet. There might have been a couple of, average matches here and there, but overall, if you look at takeovers as a whole, I mean, my goodness, they've been absolutely wonderful. Devon Griffin said the last time WWE was good when they had CM Punk, and CM Punk is doing something August 31st with AEW. He's going to be at StarCast 3. Whether or not he's going to be doing something with AEW All Out is yet to be seen, but honestly, would not be surprised if CM Punk did something. I mean, I don't know if he's going to return to wrestling full time. I don't think he just doesn't have the passion for it that he used to. I don't think.
You pulling a Big Joe from Turnbuckle Talk here, huh?
What does that mean?
He's adamant that CM Punk will never wrestle again, and I'm like, money talks, bro. If they wave $6 million in front of this dude like they did Jericho.
And Dean and now John Moxley.
Tell me he's not signing.
I don't know.
Where is that dotted line?
Because I don't know. UFC might have gave him a good chunk of money to where he could just be like, what, I'm just chilling now.
He made several million to get his ears boxed in.
Yeah, twice, So, CM Punk had a couple of easy, well, not necessarily easy paydays, but quick paydays, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, CM Punk's got a nice little chunk of change I'm sure he's sitting on right now. And I'm sure he's going to make a nice little chunk of money to show up at StarCast. I'm sure AEW is going to pay him just enough there. And does he really want to, with AEW now going to, a weekly TV show, does CM Punk really want to, go through that week-to-week schedule again, wrestling again, when I'm sure he's in shape. I mean, obviously you got to be in shape to step into the octagon, whether or not, you get your face bashed in or not. Like he did, but certainly, you think he's still in good shape because he's been training for mixed martial arts, and now, obviously he's had the long history in professional wrestling, so it's not like he's, going to be jumping into a professional wrestling ring cold turkey. I mean, I guess in a way he might have a little ring rust, but we saw that GTS he did, that indie show.
Terrible.
I don't know. I think
Garbage.
part of it might have been the guy that just, didn't sell it very well, but.
I mean, at the same time, but if you call yourself the best in the world and you deliver a GTS like that, come on.
But he had not been in the ring in, 4 or 5 years since he had, did that GTS. So,
every party this guy goes to, some drunk dudes are like, yo, Phil, GTS me, bro.
I don't know if he's going to any parties or whatnot, but certainly it's going to be very interesting, though, come October the 2nd. So that October 3rd show that we do, that's going to be very interesting. We're obviously going to be going over the ratings, because, overnight ratings, we're going to get those the next day, I'm sure. So
the poll is catching steam, bro.
It is?
Yeah, currently it is 60-40.
Probably for AEW.
Yeah, AEW. Yeah.
Because AEW is the new thing, and people are going to check that out, but, don't count out NXT and what they can bring to the table.
Oh, no, they have a fantastic roster.
Doing a live show. And,
they just got to get their production right.
Ooh, NXT?
No, AEW.
Oh, AEW. I was about to say NXT's getting their production.
Their production's stellar.
Yeah, anything WWE does production-wise is absolutely phenomenal. But, AEW, I think they're getting the production down. They still have a few kinks to work out, but, even WWE messes up in a live broadcast here and there. So, I don't think any live broadcast is going to be absolutely perfect. But certainly, AEW, they got the talent to go up against NXT because if you compare the talent in NXT, you got Omega, you got Jericho, you got the Bucks, you got, Hangman Page, and you got, I'm assuming they're going to have Pac at some point.
He's on their roster on the website.
He's going to have Pac at some point. They got, they just signed Orange Cassidy, who's not going to be in the main card, but he's a guy that's caught a lot of steam ever since his appearance at Double or Nothing. Devon Griffin says WWE make wrestlers say things they don't want to say, and AEW gave the wrestlers freedom to say what they want. This is why I love AEW. So you like the fact that the wrestlers are getting
no,
that's
only a select few. Believe me, AEW has a creative team too.
Yeah, and it's called Cody Rhodes, the Bucks, and Kenny Omega. That is their freaking creative team because they're the executive VPs or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. So, yeah, it all revolves around whatever they want to do, I'm pretty sure. And we're going to wait and see if their egos, if they put their egos behind them and do what's best for the product, because you never know. That's four egos right there.
They already
Especially
are.
Cody. Cody's the biggest ego of them all.
They already are. The first bout for their championship belt or 2 non-VPs. Yeah,
for now, but they know. I would think they're smart enough to not have do the thing everyone expects you to do and crown Kenny Omega your first AEW. Don't worry, Kenny Omega's gonna have that belt very, very soon. Don't you worry about that. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the first title defense.
Yeah.
Whoever wins it, they defend the belt first time against Kenny Omega.
Which is going to be live on Wednesday night in Philly, you said, huh?
Yeah, October the 16th. It'll be their third show. It'll be in Philadelphia, the AEW, and I believe the first ever AEW Women's Champion will be crowned that night, too. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun night, October the 16th. So a lot of folks are going to be watching that night. It'll be the first defense of the AEW World title, and it'll also be the inaugural AEW Women's Championship. So we're going to be looking forward to that. So AEW taking on NXT Wednesday nights. Both are going to be 8 to 10 Central Time. So it'll be 8 to 10 our time, 9 to 11 Eastern, 6 to 8 West Coast time. You do the math wherever you're at. You know what time it is.
And I like the way they're doing this because obviously NXT is still a developmental brand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's their best brand. Now,
it's their developmental brand with, the talent they have on that roster is certainly not developmental talent.
Not at all.
It's just, I wouldn't even call NXT a developmental brand, honestly, because the only thing that they are developing is they're developing the characters, so to speak, not necessarily the skill of these characters. Because you got a guy like a Punishment Martinez, he's coming to WWE, you got to change his name, and now he's Damian Priest, so now you got to develop that character. Whereas you got a bunch of guys who really didn't even have to develop their characters in NXT. They came over. Kevin Owens came over. Finn Balor had to change his name. He came over. He had to kind of develop his character with the Demon King and all that stuff. And then you had, who else? Adam Cole, Bebe. He was Adam Cole in Ring of Honor. You don't necessarily have to develop him in a sense, but I guess you got to develop him. The only, with guys like that, the only thing you have to necessarily develop is life within. You have to develop their life within WWE and develop their relationship with the WWE audience, because let's face it, a lot of folks that watch WWE probably weren't watching Ring of Honor or New Japan or anything like that, so you got all these fans who don't know who any of these guys are, and that's the main thing that I think NXT is trying to develop, and that is the relationship with the character and the fans, because the fans, even there's a lot of main roster fans nowadays that don't watch NXT, but now they're going to get their eyes on NXT because it's going to be on the USA Network. So now NXT is going to be available to so many more eyes. And USA, I don't know what the rankings are or whatnot, but they say USA is like the number one cable network out of, you take away the CBS's, Fox's, and, the local broadcast, channels of the world. And USA is up there at the top of the list as far as cable networks go. So a lot of eyes are on USA Network.
Casey Jones in the house.
Yeah, Casey Jones. Let's go back to the chat here. Devon Griffin. A lot of wrestlers is happy with being AEW because they can be themselves, but WWE make wrestlers do what they want. The wrestlers do that is another reason why I love AEW. So basically, Devon Griffin, what he's saying is, WWE is so scripted to the point that the wrestlers can't really be themselves. AEW is more the opposite. They allow the wrestlers to a little more freedom, a little more creative freedom at least, allow them to be more themselves.
Well, they're not themselves anyway. You're the character that has been built by WWE.
And then, go ahead.
What I wanted to, and I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted to tell you was, I think this essentially will make NXT not a developmental brand anymore because they're going to have a lot more merchandising opportunities. So you're going to have guys starting to make a lot more money in NXT, and they may be like, look, don't call me up to the quote-unquote main roster. I want to stay in NXT.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Let's see here. So, yeah, NXT is going to go up again. Let me see what Casey Jones said here real quick. I'm looking up that picture of Ronda here.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to put up that. Oh, there it is. It's there. Here we go. So check this out. For anybody that did not see it, Ronda Rousey's.
You're making me queasy, dude.
Well, I mean, I looked at it a few times now, and granted, Ronda, she still looks.
Like, how does this even happen?
She still looks doable as far as I'm concerned.
Without putting your finger into a wood chipper.
I don't know, but yeah, Ronda Rousey here. Let me see if I can. I got so much stuff on the screen right now. Okay, so. Let me take it out of studio mode there. All right, so, yeah, there's Ronda Rousey's finger. We'll get into that in just a minute, but, yeah, you can take a good, long look at that. I won't keep it up very much longer, but Casey Jones, 337 Entertainment, said there's nothing wrong with one of the VPs holding the belt eventually. It doesn't matter who's champion as long as the story is there and captivating, especially since Kenny is one of the best in the world and Cody is one of the best heels. And he said, I haven't considered NXT as developmental territory in a while. Their talent is just above and beyond. She slammed a door in it from what I heard. Okay, she's talking about Ronda there. But, yeah, back to the NXT thing real quick, and then we'll move on. But, yeah, NXT, I don't consider, like I said, the only thing that they're developing in NXT is the relationship between the character and their fans. And that's about it. And, I mean, maybe other than that, they're developing Triple H to run the company one day because he's doing a fantastic job in running NXT. And now a lot of folks are saying that, now that NXT is going to be on TV, Vince is going to jump in and take over. That's not the case. Ryan Satin of, I think, Pro Wrestling Sheet said that nothing is going to change. The only thing that's different now is that they're going to the USA Network. So with them going to the USA Network, they're getting more eyes on the product. So if, and then what else, makes me mad is that Nick Jackson puts out on Twitter, we ain't scared. First of all, dude, no one said you were scared. So, like, they're starting to just tick me off in the fact that, dude, other than the fact that Triple H called you guys a pissant company and that Sami Zayn brought you up one time and literally just said AEW on WWE television, WWE has not publicly acknowledged you guys at all. And the only reason Triple H called you guys a pissant company is because Billy Gunn decided to make the comment first, oh, well, you can't fire me or this and that. And then so Triple H is like, oh, all right, you want to go there? I'll go there too, So I don't know. And, they claim that they don't want a war with WWE, but y'all could be fooling me because it seems like I don't hear y'all talking nothing about New Japan. I don't hear y'all talking about Ring of Honor. I don't hear y'all talking about Impact. I don't hear you guys talking about nobody but WWE.
Well, that's because NXT is running the same time they are. So obviously they feel threatened.
Well, they've been talking about WWE since before they put NXT on the USA Network. So,
well, I mean, and that's Cody's dealings.
Yeah, like I said, I still don't know
brainwashing all them dudes.
I still don't know what WWE did to Cody Rhodes to make him just absolutely despise WWE. But
just like I said, they gave him the Stardust gimmick. Wouldn't you be pissed off if they gave you that?
Well, I suppose.
Like,
but,
hey, we got this great idea. You're gonna team with your brother.
Now, to be fair, they gave Dustin the Gold Dust, thing, and that worked.
Well.
It worked for 20 years.
Right. At the time, when he was Stardust, it was over.
Yeah.
I don't know
and he kind of got over a little bit with it.
If you remember the beginning, people were throwing coins at him and all that stuff.
Now, like I said, he played the heck out of that role, and, but I don't know. I don't know. He just has a very strong despise for WWE because all they've done is they just take shots at WWE all day, and it's like, dude, just like, and I've been saying this, almost every week on the podcast, like, worry about AEW, don't worry about WWE because if I remember right, WCW was giving WWE all this attention. And what happened to them? It ended up coming back to bite them in the butt.
Right.
That night they spoiled Mick Foley winning the WWE title. And what happened? You lost the ratings battle that night, and you never recovered. So learn from the past. Don't worry about WWE. That's the thing. Like, I like AEW. I've been watching the AEW events. I've been enjoying them until they come out at the end, and Cody Rhodes is like, "This is a revolution. Who's coming with us? You can't counteract this program. This and that." And I'm just like, dude, come on now. You're gonna do this after every single show. Like, it's gonna get old real quick.
But see, they're trying to resurrect the Monday Night Wars. So he's trying to make sure make there seem like there's heat when the WWE could care less about you. You're not going to get into their profits at all. They don't care about you.
And now, and what I think, and I guess it was Vince's decision ultimately to put NXT on USA, which, if you're Vince, this is a business. He made a business decision. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to allow another wrestling company to get airtime on cable television by themselves. I got this cool little thing down here that my son-in-law is just absolutely just, killing it with. So I'm going to, see what you guys can do against my son-in-law. And that's the thing, Nick Jackson said, we ain't scared. Well, buddy, guess what? You're not going up against Vince. You're going up against Triple H. And the last person, look, if I'm in the wrestling business right now, the last person I want to go up against is Triple H.
Triple H and the showstopper.
Yeah, Triple H. He's got Shawn back there too. So I don't know, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun ride. I'm gonna try to enjoy them both. I'm gonna watch them both. I'll probably watch a little more AEW just because it's newer. I want to see what they're gonna do, and that's it. And I'm not saying I like one more than the other. I love NXT. Honestly, I would say I like NXT probably a little bit more than AEW because I've been invested in NXT for a lot longer than I've been invested in AEW. So I think, but I want to watch AEW. I'm going to focus a little more on that because they're newer and I want to see what they're going to do.
Right. And another thing that I would like to bring up, Vince loves to whip out his $1 billion wang and wag it around.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. And like, he could have put NXT on any other time, but he was like, oh, Wednesdays, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like, NXT was already on Wednesdays. Now, I don't know if they already maybe had a TV deal in place a long time ago whenever.
No, I don't think so.
Because there was always rumors of them going to FS1, but now they're going to be in USA, which I like the move because, USA sort of has a wrestling audience.
Yeah, you got a built-in fan base.
And they've been having a wrestling audience for years. I mean, Raw was on, USA 20 years ago. So, Devon Griffin, Vince McMahon to care about AEW. He's scared of AEW and how good they are doing. Did you know Vince McMahon is the reason why NXT will be on Wednesday nights? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, at the end of the day, I know Triple H runs NXT, but in a move like that, obviously you would think Vince has the final say. Like, all right, let's go to USA.
Yeah.
And it's a smart move. It's a smart move by Vince because he knows that even though he may not get as many people watching NXT as they will be AEW, he knows that he's going to take a chunk out of that viewership from AEW as a whole. So it's a smart move, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good business move.
It's a great business move.
You don't, Vince is like, I'm not going to let some other company get this TV time by themselves. And that's the thing. And that's the thing about WWE. That's what makes them a powerhouse. They have this, they have the NXT brand that he could just like, well, let's throw it on the USA Network, which, first of all, NXT should have been going live for...
Can you give Casey a Vince McMahon impersonation?
Let's see here. I don't know. I'm not really good at impressions, so...
I know that would.
What I did is say, well, let's go to USA Network. AEW. Put NXT on USA, something like that. That's what I got. Like, I'm not a very good. Devon Griffin. I still think AEW will still win the war. Now, here's the thing, and I know we've been talking about this now for 35 minutes now. We've been taking up.
It's a great topic.
Yeah, I knew we were going to take up most of the podcast with this, but we'll eventually get into the other stuff. But let me put that.
And Devon, you got to be kidding me if you don't think Vince McMahon doesn't lose any of the 2 hours he sleeps a night on AEW. He does not care about AEW.
He's not going to lose any sleep. Granted, I think he does see them as competition. Now, I heard a lot of people talking about, this is not necessarily a war yet. This is competition. There's a difference between war and competition. If you look 20 years ago, when DX showed up to Monday Nitro, remember when they showed up with the big tank, showed up to Nitro?
Yes,
that's a war,
I do.
That's a war move. If Cody shows up with a tank to Madison Square Garden when WWE's there and trying to get into the building, that's a war move. But and I know I called it the Wednesday Night Wars just to, make it, it is what it is. It's going to be a ratings war is what it's going to be. It's not going to be an actual war. It's going to be competition. AEW is going to do what they do. NXT is going to do what they do. And and that's the thing. They're going to try and outdo each other, but they're not going to directly, you're not going to see NXT guys showing up at the AEW events. And you're not going to see AEW guys showing up at the NXT events.
I don't know. We might.
We might. But at the end of the day, who knows? I could see AEW doing that, going to NXT events before I see NXT, because Triple H,
most definitely.
and Triple H knows the deal. Like, I mean, you watch NXT, Triple H is not stupid. He knows what to do. He knows how to, the NXT product is, how can I say this? It's coming along with the times, whereas the WWE product, the main roster product, probably hasn't really caught up with the times as much as NXT, but certainly, they. NXT is going to be in for a fight, and AEW is going to be in for a fight, as far as that goes. But I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic because now you look at the week. Everything's all spread out now. You have Raw on Mondays,
Yes.
nothing on Tuesdays. You can have NXT and AEW on Wednesdays, nothing on Thursdays, and then SmackDown's going to be on Fridays now when they go to Fox.
And don't sleep on Major League Wrestling on BN Sports.
And NWA getting on TV too, you said?
NWA is starting TV in Atlanta in October as well. I don't know what TV network, they haven't said, but they're starting to tape TV.
But yeah, Devon Griffin says, I still think AEW will still win the war. Casey says, honestly, I'm so incredibly excited for AEW, but until they show they can make a profit and compete, they are just a blip. That is true. And they've only had one event so far where we've had to pay for it. I don't even remember what they did for that, but certainly the ratings are going to tell the story.
Yes.
At the end of the day. And, the ratings are going to evolve. They're going to, we're going to see, like I said, the first, couple of weeks going to be real interesting. And then the long run, we're going to see how it looks. So
before we get out of this topic, let's go back to the poll real quick on our Facebook page at The Average Marks. At one time, it was 50-50, Patrick, but now it's gone to 62-38.
For AEW?
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, I had a feeling more people would watch AEW because it's the new thing. There's still a lot of uncertainty with it to see what they're going to do. But like I said, don't count out NXT. NXT is going to, they got the depth in their roster now. They got a lot of talent. They can and the cool thing about NXT is they can take some of those guys that are on the main roster not doing anything, because they brought Tyler Breeze back not too long ago. I think they brought Apollo Crews back to do a match. So they can bring some of these other guys that used to be in NXT, bring them back, and you never know. There's a lot of things they can do, so don't count out NXT just yet. Devon Griffin says, if CM Punk becomes a part of AEW, it would make more people from WWE want to be part of AEW and people from other wrestling places. Marcus Talbot, we might, because if they travel NXT and not keep it in Florida, sooner or later they be in the same place, especially for WWE live events. Yeah, that's another thing too. Will NXT travel around? Who knows?
I don't think they will, because they're canceling main roster house shows. And we've seen how NXT, even though these takeovers are amazing, sometimes they don't draw that well.
No, they don't. Marcus Talbot also says, do you think Billy could be running double agent? At the end of the day, Billy and Hunter are still best friends. Don't get me wrong. I think they're still friends. They're still buddies. They probably still talk from time to time. But, business is business. Billy Gunn's going to do what he's got to do for AEW. Triple H is going to do what he's got to do for NXT. And it's between those two personally, it's probably just some friendly competition. Now, obviously, if you put Cody and Triple H in a room together, it might not be so friendly.
No.
But
And what I got to say about that, too, is apparently the money that they were paying Billy to be a trainer over at their training facility was crap, because he was ready to jump ship.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure they don't make too much over there at the old Performance Center. So, all right, let us now move on to the next topic, which is they got all AEW All Out, which I'm trying to pull up the image here. It's been a day, I tell you what. So AEW All Out, so I can pull up the logo here real quick. AEW All Out's going to be next weekend, so that means next week we're going to have our AEW All Out preview show. Let's see. Did you include a AEW All Out logo?
Yes, I did. It was Moxley and excuse me,
let's
Omega.
see. Oh, okay, yeah, this
with
is
his
it right here. I
beautiful
got it.
hair.
Yeah, this is it right here. I got it. All right, so
Shout out to Kicking It with Kelsey.
Mhm.
She's heading over there, and she's going to watch the event live.
yeah, that's going to be a fun event to be at. So obviously, All Out taking place next Saturday night, which I'm going to try to watch it. But I'm a big college football guy. It's the first full Saturday of college football, so I'm a little, how can I say this, indecisive as far as what I'm going to really pay attention to. So we'll see. I'm going to try to definitely keep my eyes on both college football.
Well, the great thing about All Out, you can go back and watch it later.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I wonder how much it's going to be. Did anybody see how much or know how much it's going to be cost? Because I know it ain't going to be free. I know dang good and well it ain't
it's
going to be
probably
free.
going to be the last one was $49.99 or whatever.
Yeah, so let me go over the match card here real quick. Of course, the AEW World Championship, Adam Page, Chris Jericho.
That's going to be the bomb.
Of course, I'm pretty sure they're going to put out some scorecards, PW scorecards, so we'll have those next week. John Moxley versus Kenny Omega 6 months ago.
Gonna
If
be
you'd have
the
told me these two
bomb.
would have been fighting, I'd have been like, you crazy? But yeah, John Moxley and Kenny Omega going one-on-one. The Best Friends taking on the Dark Order in a tag team match where the winners will receive a first-round bye in the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament.
That bald-headed dude from the Dark Order is a badass.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're both pretty good. Both of those teams are really good. Speaking of really good teams, the Lucha Brothers taking on the Young Bucks for the 18th time in AEW. It's Escalera de la Mutra, or whatever the hell you want to say it, which I think is pretty much a ladder match.
You know what
yeah,
they
it's
need?
a ladder match.
You can do a drinking game. How many times will they touch each other's foreheads?
Oh, yeah, when they do the zero fear thing, yeah. But that's the thing I like about the Lucha Brothers, man. They're so aggressive, just not only in their wrestling, but like the way they just their mannerisms with their characters and stuff. Like they just they're in your face, like don't give a you know what. And I like that,
especially Penta. That dude.
Yeah,
is...
it's gonna be for the AAA World Tag Team Championship also as well. Cody taking on Sean Spears. Sean Spears will have Tully Blanchard in his corner. That'll be a singles match. Darby Allin versus Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc in a triple threat match. The 21-woman Casino Battle Royale, where the winner will receive a match against the inaugural AEW Women's World, or will receive a match for the inaugural AEW Women's World Championship scheduled for the October 2nd AEW show on TNT. So they're going to crown, so I got it wrong earlier, they're going to crown the inaugural champion on the October 2nd show, but then 2 weeks later, they're going to have to defend it. Of course, Jazz is in this Battle Royal.
Louisiana in the house.
Roddy Piper's daughter is going to be in the 21.
What?
Yeah. Where's the so Nyla Rose, Britt Baker, thank goodness she's okay. She got her.
Britt Baker, baby.
Yuka Zakazaki, Alley, Brandy Rose, Teal Piper, the daughter of Roddy Piper. Ivelisse, I don't know how to say that. Jazz, Big Swole, Sadie Gibbs, and 11 other opponents to be announced, I guess. So that's all we know so far.
Big
also,
Swole.
Riho versus Hikaru Shida in a singles match, and then Private Party taking on Angelico and Jack Evans. I like Angelico and Jack Evans.
That's going to be an amazing match.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good
That's
match.
some high-flying stuff right
in
there.
a tag team match. So the 21-woman Casino Battle Royale and Private Party and Angelico and Jack Evans. Those are going to be the pre-show matches. Everything else will be on the main card. Where's MJF? That's what I want to know. Where the hell's MJF? He's got to play some kind of role. Maybe he's
going to run in and.
What if he runs in and turns on Cody?
Oh snap!
That would be all. I mean, that would be an MJF thing to be.
Yeah, and
in all
make
seriousness.
a tag team out of it.
Evilise. Okay, that's what Casey says. His name is 337 Entertainment. So like I draw a blank there for a second. Evilise, yeah, that's what.
I wonder if
Casey said.
Since Tully Blanchard's going to be there, might we
Tessa
see
Blanchard?
the AEW? What's the word that I'm looking for? Debut of Tessa Blanchard.
I don't know. Is she under contract with Impact right now?
Yeah, but you know as well as I do, Impact was wanting an AEW relationship pretty hard.
Yeah, and they did say they let Rob Van Dam go to Monday Night Raw for the Raw reunion. So, Devon, let's see. He says, I did hear that AEW will be on TNT this month for 1 day, for 1 hour. Then it will be back on October 2nd for 2 years every week. Also, I guess they're going to be on 1 day this month, maybe. I don't know. Casey also said, yeah, $49.99 for All Out. Last I heard, Cody and Spears is a first blood unless they changed it. Well, according to Wikipedia, which, take that for what it's worth, it just says a singles match on Wikipedia. So that's all it really says there. But a first blood match, that would be, certainly that'd be interesting. Maybe they form the first real stable in AEW. Spears, MJF, Tully as the manager, add someone else later down the line. It's possible. They don't have really any stables except the Elite. That's the only real stable they have so far, I guess, in AEW. So,
a first blood match, if you're Cody, you're at a disadvantage right there because you got that wicked slash in the back of your head.
I think he's probably, for the most part, recovered from that now.
Yeah, but
And that was a freak accident. Like, did you see the way that Spears hit him with that chair? It was just...
Yeah, learn how to hit somebody with a chair, dude. Like, you've been wrestling long enough to know.
And that was just a freak thing right there. So AEW All Out is going to be happening next Saturday. Next week will be our AEW All Out preview show, and we'll fill out our scorecard. So be sure to join us next Thursday.
King of the one-offs over here.
Yeah, I'm going to try to, keep it going here. All right, let's move on now to Ronda Rousey's finger. God. We got that back up there. Yeah, so turn away if you got a...
I don't see how a door could do this, Patrick. When I was, in college, I slammed this big metal door on my thumb, and I grabbed it, and I could have sworn my thumb was going to look just like her finger, dude, but it didn't.
Yeah, Devon Griffin said not 2 years, my bad. I mean 2 hours every week. Yeah, they'll be on 2 hours every week. I don't know how long, but yeah. So Ronda Rousey,
That's one heck of a door.
Yeah, talk about, but I don't know. I thought Ronda was going to come back real soon, but
it looks like the mob got a hold of that finger.
I know, man. That's bad. That's bad. So yeah.
Hey, please, somebody tell me this is photoshopped and it's really not that bad. But that seems to be floating out everywhere on credible news sources.
All right, I got to take that off. That's that's messing with me. All right, so we talked a little bit about that. Nothing really to see there except Ronda Rousey's finger is practically going to fall off, which means obviously I guess she's not going to return to WWE,
which
anytime
means
soon.
She's got more baby making time.
Yeah. Well, she needs to hurry up and make that damn baby. Unless she's got that, was it endomyosis or whatever?
Endometriosis?
Yeah. I didn't pay attention in biology.
Either that or, like we've been saying, Travis is shooting blanks.
He might be. That might be the case, too. So, all right. Let's move on now to Rumor Mill. Well, let's see what the chat's talking about here real quick. A couple of people in the chat. If I get the Marks logo back up here. So Casey Jones said, I heard she finished filming the scene before she even realized it. I did hear that too.
Dog, that is beast. If that's for real,
either that or that adrenaline.
How do you not know?
Yeah, that adrenaline was running. Marcus Talbot said, I listened to what she said on YouTube. She said it was a boat door.
Holy cow.
Yeah, damn, I could see a door doing that, but
Dog.
It's got to be like, if I'd go stick my finger in that door right there and slammed it.
Well, that's a flimsy-ass cheap door.
Yeah, but still, I'm telling you, the momentum of a door, if your finger's just there,
it's going to hurt.
Oh, I just kind of cursed.
Somebody timestamped that.
So I just cursed.
Chris.
So it's about 47 minutes in. So
look at Chris. He's just over there eating. Eat it. Timestamp it.
You might have drowned me out a little bit. Yeah, Chris, timestamp that, please, so that way we don't get kicked off of radio. So my bad on that. It just kind of came out. But anyway, Marcus said she was filming in 911, and she said she went to open the door, and the door slammed shut. So,
hey, is this 911 episode the one where the big wave comes?
I have no. I've never watched
and
that
hits
show.
the dock, or is this one that hasn't showed yet?
They just filmed it. I'm sure.
Because that one with the tidal wave looks boss. It's coming straight for L.A.
I'm sure they haven't shown it yet. Because if they just filmed it, then they got to produce it and all that stuff. So
Casey said, you just said a bad word.
Yeah, I did say a bad word. So we're gonna. Luckily, right now we're not on radio, so we can edit it for it to be on radio. But luckily, YouTube won't kick us off for saying a cuss word here.
You never know. As much as social media has been hating us lately.
How they been hating us?
The Zucky.
Oh, that's Zuck. Though. I'm talking about YouTube.
They're all in cahoots, man.
You think so? Marcus also says she said it cut her finger and fractured her ring finger. So yeah, I guess Ronda's not going to be back in WWE anytime soon because there was always rumors out there that she was going to be back soon. Hell, I thought she was going to show up at SummerSlam,
and she's not good on the mic, so you can't bring her back just to talk.
Yeah. So all right, let's go now to Rumor Mill. We got about 10 minutes left. Zuckerberg hates success, according to Casey Jones. Yeah,
he does.
So let me pull up.
That dude's a hater.
Let me pull up.
Go smoke some meat, Zucky. That's what you do best, apparently.
Pull up the Rumor Mill image there. All right, so we got
smoke some meat, guys.
Yeah, smoke some meat, guys.
Have you seen that video of
No.
him smoking meat in his backyard?
Who, Zuckerberg?
Yes.
No,
It's the
I
most
haven't.
awkward thing ever.
Oh, well.
Trying to-
Zuckerberg feels like he's at the end of the day, he created Facebook, so he's somewhat of a nerd.
He's trying to. He's a nerd
sorta-
thief.
Yeah, so.
But he's in his backyard, and he's got these two smokers behind him,
Mhm.
and he's trying to talk about smoking meat, and he has no idea what he's talking about. Right?
No.
It's like a live chat on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And he's got his boys there with him to seem like he's like a regular dude. And you can tell his wife is so over it because he gets her on at one point,
Uh-huh.
and the whole time she's just like, I could be inside playing on my phone, but I'm out here talking to your dumbass.
Yeah, old Zuckerberg. All right, it's time for rumor mill.
Screw that dude.
You got some rumors over here. Casey Jones, just here smoking some meat, guys.
You got to watch the video.
I'm about to watch. I'm about to go check it out on YouTube after
Let's
a
go
while.
on YouTube. Zuckerberg smokes meat.
I'm about to go check it out, see how awkward that is.
All
All right,
right.
what we got in the rumor mill?
Oh, Unc Dave putting his nose in the stuff he doesn't know about.
Oh, yeah, as always.
Dave Meltzer says SmackDown on Fox is being talked about for 3 hours, with the third hour airing on FS1 or WWE Network.
I don't see that.
How weird
happening.
is that?
I don't see that.
Why?
happening. Yeah, that would be pointless to me.
All right, guys.
Unless the
Catch
only,
the third hour. We're going to switch stations.
No,
What?
that's the thing. Like, okay. Anybody who's been watching wrestling for a number of years, the last segment of the show is typically the biggest
Yeah.
segment of the show, or sometimes it might be the opening segment. It's either the opening or the last, but normally it's the last. I mean, it's the main event. Come on now, they're not gonna put the last hour on FS1. If anything, they'll put the first hour on maybe an FS1
Like a
or
pre-show,
like
yeah.
like not like a pre-show, but. Hey, watch the first hour of SmackDown on FS1, and then
But you can't
It's gonna
start
be
your
like-
main storylines until you go to Fox, though.
exactly.
It's tricky.
Didn't you say ass?
Yeah, but you can say that on the radio.
Okay, you can say that on the radio. Marcus Talbert's like, oh, Mikey said ass. Yeah, Casey said not happening. Shut up, Meltzer. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But-
I think they're going to stick to 2 hours. I mean, SmackDown's been 2 hours and since its inception. So
Yeah,
why add another hour to it?
yeah.
Which they could. They have the manpower on their roster to make a 3-hour show. But
right.
maybe like like I said, the only way I see that happening is if there's like a pre-show on FS1 or something like that, where they get some of the lower card guys to do matches and stuff like that. That would be cool. I'd be okay with that. But the main show is going to be 2 hours on Fox, and the last hour is going to be on Fox.
Like, did you watch WCW back in the day when there was
Look,
the Monday Night Wars?
A little bit, yeah.
I used to love, I mean, it did aggravate me, but I used to love how WCW would always end the show most of the times when the action was still hot. Like the dudes were making run-ins and trying to
Yeah.
screw dudes. And like, it was like, we got to go. We're out of time. We're out of time.
Yeah.
And you still see Sting trying to fight off like 8 NWO guys. And you're like, oh my God, I want to see what happens. I used to love that.
Yeah, and then remember the Halloween Havoc whenever
Yes.
Goldberg was facing DDP for the world title, and it just cut off in the middle of the because they ran out of time.
Ran
and
out
they
of
didn't-
time.
Yeah, so that was part of that was one of the things that eventually led to the downfall of WCW. But I remember they had to show they showed the entire match the next night on Nitro and free television. So
Yeah.
the world title match.
Dude, one of the best matches that I've ever seen was Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero on a Halloween Havoc. I can't remember what year. It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Dude, that match, top notch.
Oh, those two dudes had chemistry together. Casey said, I could see them putting that first hour on one of them, hype it up, give them an hour to show a match or two that won't mean much. Yeah, that's about
Right.
that's
Just have
all I
it
would see doing.
Pure
yeah.
wrestling, like you
Yeah.
said, with some lower card dudes. Just
Yeah.
wrestling matches. And then you get into your storyline when you switch over to Fox.
Let's see, Marcus Talbot. But going back to the rumor, they want to make his mask more kid friendly with less blood. That's why it looked more clean on Raw. Are you talking about Bray Wyatt? I
Apparently.
think he's talking about Bray Wyatt. I don't think they're gonna go more kid friendly with Bray Wyatt. I just don't. I mean, that would be a stupid move to go more kid friendly with Bray Wyatt. You got to have something now, because that's the thing. You got this, this AEW product now that's going to be a lot more edgy
Yeah.
than Chris Jericho is just going to come out here and drop F-bombs like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And you got to have something. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. That's right, Casey. The Fiend.
And essentially, since they're on TNT, they don't have to bleep it out if they don't want to.
Not necessarily. It's cable television. You actually don't have to bleep anything out because we pay for cable
Yeah.
television. I don't know why it's Bray came out and said it's not true. Yeah, it's not. They've been knowing what they want to do with Bray Wyatt for a long time. They're not going to change it up now. They put a lot into Bray Wyatt. I mean, all the Firefly Funhouse episodes, the mask, the music, the lighting, it's everything. They're not. Bray Wyatt is one of the best things, if not the best thing going in WWE right now.
I wonder how JoJo's doing. Hey, girl.
She's doing all right. She's taking care of the baby.
How you doing?
I ain't seen her on Raw in a while.
No,
I don't know. I wonder if she got I wonder if she
she's-
quit or
No, she's been on Raw.
she's been on Raw. Oh, she's been getting it Raw from Bray Wyatt. Is probably what you mean.
Yeah.
All right. We got about
We digress.
3 or 4 minutes left. Let's
Okay.
go to
Let's get to some good ones here.
Yeah.
Dave also say that a lot of people think 205 Live is going to just disappear.
I think they should implement it with NXT somehow.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Not necessarily have 205 Live, but have the NXT Cruiserweight division.
He said a lot of the talent of 205 Live think the show is going to end next month.
The show might end, but I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna keep the cruiserweights and the cruiserweight division around in some shape or form. They might get rid of the show, but let them implement that with NXT. Let Triple H say, all right, we're gonna implement because then you have guys, because I think that will help some of the 205 Live guys kind of get some exposure by going up against some of the NXT guys.
Right. And if you want to battle with AEW, obviously AEW is about Spot Fest.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of dudes that can flip around.
Yeah.
You're going to need those cruiserweights.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, last one. According to WrestleVotes, CFO is no longer working with the WWE and hasn't produced any music for the company in months.
I did hear that. I heard Joe Cronin on YouTube talk about that the other day. Joe Cronin's another wrestling guy that does wrestling shows, and I enjoy his stuff. But he was talking about that too, which that sucks, man.
Yeah,
they put out some great theme songs.
They were awesome.
For WWE, man.
They probably weren't paying him well, and they said, "Screw you, we'll go do music for AEW."
They might. I don't know. Which now do you call Jim Johnston back? He's made a lot of iconic theme songs. I don't know, but because one of my favorite things about wrestling are the entrances and the theme songs. And that's what makes that's a big part of the character, the entrance and the entrance theme song. So losing CFO, who's made a lot of great theme songs. I mean, they made Nakamura's theme song great. Bobby Roode's theme song is really good.
The Usos.
Yeah. So they made a lot of great theme songs. AJ Styles' theme song.
Yeah, soft.
Yeah. And so they made a lot of great theme songs. So the theme songs for the newer superstars they're about to get are probably going to sound a lot different. So
Speaking of
we'll
soft,
see.
Billy Corgan, if you're listening to this podcast, sign Enzo and Cass. Cass.
Big Kaz XL.
Yeah, Kaz XL.
Mm-hmm.
Sign those dudes. Get them on your TV show.
Yeah, because whether you like them or not, they have a name now. They were in WWE, and they'll draw some viewers for sure.
Oh, most definitely. All right, we got to get out of here, huh?
Yeah, well, we got a minute or two, but I mean we can go ahead and wrap it up because after we post it, it'll be
That's
about
what
an hour
she
or so. Yeah, always wrap it up, kids.
Not trying to get prego.
That's right.
Unless you're Ronda Rousey.
No babies.
All right, we want to thank our KEZM listeners listening online at kezmonline.com or on the radio at 1310 a.m. You guys are awesome. Thank you to everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys. We love interacting with you.
Marcus Talbert, Devon Griffin, and Casey Jones with 337 Entertainment. We appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat and chatting it up with us.
Right on. Check us out on social media and give us that like if you haven't already at The Average Marks, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope. We're all there. Also on patreon.com. If you want to help support our content, you can start as low as $1 a month.
Yeah, all right.
All right, Patrick, if that's it, man, let's get out of here, son.
Outro.